Apex predators play a critical ecological role in maintaining healthy, balanced ecosystems around the world. As top predators, they regulate prey populations and create cascading effects that extend throughout the food web. However, in Europe and many other parts of the world, apex predators like wolves, lynx, and bears have lost much of their historical range due to habitat loss, hunting, and persecution. The disappearance of these predators has disrupted ecosystem balance, leading to dramatic changes in wildlife populations, vegetation, and even landscape conditions. In this video, we'll explore the far-reaching impacts of losing apex predators in Europe, the successes and challenges of attempting to restore these iconic animals, and the critical role apex predators play in maintaining resilient, healthy ecosystems. Apex predators are usually defined as large-bodied predators at the highest trophic level. For example, wolves, bears, and lynx. These predators prey on many species, but are not substantially preyed upon themselves once they reach adult size. Apex predators influence ecosystems in several key ways: regulating prey populations through direct predation, altering prey behavior, suppressing smaller mesopredators through competition and predation, and influencing nutrient cycling and vegetation through trophic cascades. When present in sufficient numbers, apex predators create a network of interactions that maintains ecosystem stability and biodiversity. However, due to their slow reproductive rates, low densities, and tendency to conflict with humans, apex predators are vulnerable to population declines and extinctions when humans alter their habitats. Globally, apex predators have been lost from many ecosystems, a process known as trophic downgrading, which has cascading effects as seen with examples from Europe. Historically, apex predators like wolves, brown bears, lynx, and wolverines were found across much of Europe. However, as human populations expanded over the past centuries, these predators increasingly conflicted with human activities like livestock herding and hunting. Bounty programs aimed at exterminating large predators were widespread in Europe up until the mid-20th century. Habitat loss and fragmentation also greatly reduced the availability of wild habitats that could support apex predators and their prey. As a result, apex predator populations in Europe drastically declined or completely disappeared from large portions of their historical range. Without apex predators to regulate them, populations of herbivores and omnivores, such as deer and wild boar, greatly increased in many areas, putting unsustainable pressure on vegetation and reducing biodiversity. Smaller predators like red foxes also expanded without top-down control from larger predators. The growing problem of invasive species is another effect seen by the loss of apex predators. Invasive species compete with native species, sometimes dominating those niches and wiping out important species in the area. Mesocarnivores are excellent seed dispersers. However, this is true for that of invasive flora species as well. Therefore, the lack of predation and the subsequent rise of mesocarnivore populations causes a proliferation of invasive flora species in the area. This example highlights the susceptibility of ecosystems which lack apex predators to surges in herbivore and mesocarnivore populations. In recent decades, there has been growing recognition of the role of apex predators as ecosystem regulators. Efforts have been made to restore wolves, a keystone predator, to portions of their former ranges in both Europe and the United States. There have been some notable successes: the natural recovery of wolves in the Apennine Mountains of Italy, reintroduction to the Yellowstone National Park in the United States, and the return of wolves to Germany, Switzerland, and Scandinavia. These recoveries demonstrate that given sufficient habitat and protection from persecution, wolves can rebound even in human-dominated landscapes. However, the recovery of wolves has not been without challenges and controversy. The slow life histories of wolves mean their populations are very slow to recover, even under the best of circumstances. Continued human hunting and poaching of recolonizing wolves is a major impediment. As wolf populations expand, they will continue to colonize habitats dominated by human use, leading to increased human-wolf conflicts. Wolves will face challenges like fragmented habitats, barriers to dispersal, and increased encounters with humans, livestock, and pets. Accurately predicting wolf colonization patterns to anticipate and mitigate these conflicts is an emerging challenge for managers. Despite the successful rebound of wolf populations in Europe, more work is needed to ensure their continued successes. while protecting interactions with livestock populations and human communities. Politically, there is a proposal by the European Commission that the European Union implement the Nature Restoration Law. The law aims to increase biodiversity and secure ecosystem services which are difficult to monetize. Conversely, in light of the successes of wolf reintroduction, the European Commission has also recommended changing the status of the gray wolf in Europe from strictly protected to protected. This will provide flexibility for municipal governments to alter local management strategies to best reflect their conservation needs. The Commission is currently collecting data to further inform its decisions. Hybridization with coyotes and dogs, as well as increased disease transmission, are also concerns as wolves move into human-dominated landscapes and interact more with other candid species. Finally, wolf predation on livestock remains highly problematic and limits wolf acceptance almost everywhere. Mitigating and compensating livestock losses is crucial for facilitating human-wolf coexistence. On the social front, sustaining stakeholder support for wolf conservation is a key challenge as wolves become more abundant and widespread. Engaging diverse stakeholders and maintaining public tolerance for wolves as conflicts increase will be important. This may require zoning different management strategies, with some areas allowing sustainable harvest to reduce conflicts while preserving wolf sanctuaries elsewhere. Creative solutions will be needed to balance wolf conservation with human interests and to avoid future wolf management being determined by ballot initiatives, legislators, or courts rather than wildlife professionals. Early and sustained outreach to communities where wolves are recolonizing will be essential. More specifically, conventional solutions such as the use of guard dogs shows promise. Livestock dogs have been used for centuries and are still a very popular deterrent. They establish the grazing land as their own territory and fiercely protect the land and their pack of livestock. They are active with the herd and alert the herd and farmers of danger. Selective breeding has produced guardian dogs that are fearless and will even attack intruders to protect the pack. Noise and light deterrents are another solution. Periodic or motion sensor-based lights and noises can be effective against predators. Lights are typically strobed, while noise deterrents emit a high-pitched noise not detectable by humans. One trial was conducted in Colorado during the summer of 1982 to 1983 on unfenced, free-ranging sheep. The only deterrent used was a combination of lights and sounds. The study found a 44% to 95% reduction in loss of lambs compared to the previous year from coyotes. Overall, providing education to farmers on the different types of deterrents and how to effectively use them can lead to better management practices. Education on predator behavior can give insight on what can be improved on their own farms and specific circumstances. Teaching farmers that lethal deterrents are not the only way to protect livestock is important. In fact, some studies suggest that non-lethal deterrents are more effective and cheap than lethal ones. The history of wolves and other apex predators in Europe is one of loss, but also of redemption and recovery. As keystone species, the disappearance of wolves, bears, lynx, and other predators has had dramatic, cascading impacts on European ecosystems and even enabled invasive species to wreak further havoc. Although the recovery of these species faces major challenges due to their slow life histories, need for large connected habitats, and tendency to generate human conflicts, promising progress has been made in restoring apex predators to parts of Europe. Continued conservation efforts to promote human-predator coexistence and maintain suitable habitat will be critical for the long-term viability of Europe's apex predators. The return of apex predators may also help regulate some problematic invasive species as these novel ecosystems take shape. This phenomenon demonstrates the vital importance of apex predators in sustaining balanced, biodiverse ecosystems and the need for innovative solutions to achieve predator recovery in human-dominated landscapes. Engaging diverse stakeholders and using adaptive, science-based management will be essential as wolves and other apex predators reclaim their ecological roles across Europe.